Good morning to everyone connected from Italy and the UK. A warm welcome to this event dedicated to Italy-UK business relationships and to the launch of CDP Business Matching platform in the United Kingdom. I'm glad to welcome all the Italian and UK companies joining us today on CDP Business Matching platform, which I have the honor to manage and coordinate. I'm particularly happy to announce that there are more than 400 companies attending today's webinar. My name is Riccardo Norati Bianchi, Head of Country System Initiatives at CDP, Cassa Depositi and Prestiti. And with me today, Ms. Carlotta Giarola, International Affairs Senior Expert, and Carlotta will moderate in particular the discussion of the following roundtable and will introduce the testimonials from Italy and the UK.
Good morning, Riccardo, and welcome to all our participants, distinguished guests, institutional and business representatives. We have a very rich agenda today with several guests joining us from Italy and UK. But let's start with some information about CDP.
Yes, thank you, Carlotta. Indeed, I would like to share a few information on about CDP. CDP is the national promotional institution and the Italian development finance institution, and that have as main role to sustain the inclusive development of the public and private sector, both at national and at international level. We are a joint stock company with public-private partnership, our shareholders ensuring market-oriented governance. Our main shareholder is the Ministry of Economy and Finance, as you can see in the slide, with 83% of shares, and the rest of 16% of shares is owned by the main Italian private bank foundation. We manage exclusively the Italian private postal savings. This is our main source of funding, with more than 208 billion euro of private savings, and the rest of our funding is collected on the market. Our total assets are around 400 billion euro, and every year we invest in the public and private sectors more than 30 billion euro. And now I would like to officially open the event by welcoming the Deputy Head of Mission at the Italian Embassy in London, Riccardo Smimmo. Good morning, Mr. Smimmo. We are very honored to have you with us today. Please, the floor is yours.
Buongiorno, good morning, everyone. My name is, as you were properly commenting, is Riccardo Smimmo. I am the Deputy Head of Mission of the Embassy of Italy in London. Let me first apologize on behalf of Ambassador Lambertini. He had an unexpected meeting this morning at the Foreign Affairs, which was a very important one. Anyway, this gives me the opportunity to participate on his behalf, and I am delighted of that, in the UK launching of the business matching tool developed by Cassa Depositi e Prestiti together with the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We like to consider this tool as an ideal follow-up to the bilateral memorandum of understanding which was signed by our two Prime Minister Meloni and Prime Minister Sunak on the 27th of April 2023, and that in a specific section underlines the importance of strengthening practical cooperation to ensure the promotion of bilateral exports. The digital free of charge platform that we will know more in a few minutes goes indeed in this direction, matching UK and Northern Ireland companies looking for new Italian business partners and Italian companies interested in developing new commercial relations abroad. 2023 has been a very positive year for our bilateral trade relation, with trade exchange totaling around £32 billion, 22 of which is Italian exports to the UK. But we need and we want to do more. And we are confident that this tool goes exactly in the right, indirect direction. It will be a substantial asset in reaching such a goal and complementing the promotional activities carried out daily in Italy and in the UK. Now, before moving forward and passing the floor to other speakers, let me thank all the British institutions and associations that work with us in shaping today's event, namely the Department of Business and Trade and His Majesty Trade Commissioner for Europe, the British Chambers of Commerce, the British Chambers of Commerce for Italy, and Make UK. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Mimmo, for your introduction and for your precious support. And let me thank all the staff of the Embassy for the constant and precious collaboration in the organization of this event. Thank you very much. And now I would like to leave the floor to the Director of European and International Affairs at CDP, the President of SIMEST, Pasquale Salzano, live from Rome for his opening remarks. Buongiorno, Presidente.
Buongiorno, ciao Riccardo, distinguished guests, companies, institutional and business representatives. Good morning and welcome to Italy Meets UK, the initiatives aimed at fostering economic and trade relations between Italy and the UK, powered by Cassa Depositi and Prestiti, the Italian national financial institution. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff of the Italian Embassy in London for their precious support in organizing this event, as well as the Italian and British stakeholders for their involvement and participation. Our nations are traditionally linked by a broad convergence of interests and values, strong economic and industrial partnerships, and close cultural and civil society relations, strengthened also by the presence of a large Italian community in the UK. This strong friendship is of paramount importance, especially against the backdrop of an increasingly complex scenario in which the global economy confronts an unprecedented array of obstacles. These challenges highlight the critical need to secure value chains through what is commonly referred as de-risking. This entails, on one hand, the shortening of supply chains within the Euro-Mediterranean context, and on the other hand, promoting collaboration among countries that share the same values to ensure resilience and sustainability. The United Kingdom is a key partner for Italy in several sectors for economic and industrial cooperation, from energy to environmental sustainability and innovation. Furthermore, thanks to the recent signing in 2023 of the Memorandum of Understanding on Bilateral Cooperation and the Memorandum of Understanding on Policy Dialogue for Export and Investment Promotion between Italy and the UK, our two countries aim to deepen existing strong bilateral economic partnership, adapting it to the post-Brexit context. In this very favorable framework, we believe that the Cassa Depositi and Prestiti Group could significantly contribute to economic and trade bilateral relations, providing a wide range of financial solutions as well as advisory services to support the companies in their internationalization and export processes. In this regard, let me mention that an important role is played by SIMEST, which supports the Italian small and medium-sized enterprises through equity funding, soft loans for internationalizations, and export credit support, with a particular focus on the digital and green transition sectors. To date, SIMEST has projects in 125 countries, supporting 15,200 businesses and holding 220 equity participations. Among these tools specifically developed to support the companies in their internationalization efforts that will be illustrated during the webinar, today we are particularly proud to officially launch in the United Kingdom the Cassa Depositi and Prestiti Business Matching platform. CDP Business Matching represents an innovative platform of enormous potential for the promotion of our export and business excellencies, with a view towards shared growth and prosperity for both countries. Developed in collaboration with SIMEST and the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, this platform allows a faster, easier, and less burdening approach to the UK market, connecting Italian and British companies. The Italy Meets UK initiative is aimed specifically at providing a comprehensive overview of how British and Italian companies can grow and benefit from bilateral trade. In particular, the potential of the platform will be presented by market experts and business success stories. In conclusion, we are sure that as a result of this style, with collaboration of all relevant Italian and British partners involved in this event, we will be able to contribute with concrete actions to the development and the growth of our bilateral trade relations. I thank you all for your attention. Goodbye and arrivederci.
Thank you, President Salzano. Grazie mille, Pasquale. You reminded the importance of the collaboration of the Italian and UK partners for the success of our initiative, in particular of the SIMEST. And among the other Italian partners and stakeholders, we have with us today Confindustria, the main association representing manufacturing and the service companies in Italy. So I'm very pleased to give the floor to Barbara Beltrame Giacomello, Vice President of Confindustria for the internationalization. Good morning. Please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, and thank you very much. Please let me thank Mr. Salzano and CDP for having organized this event and for the opportunity given to Italian companies of interacting with British company. And also I would like to thank the Italian Embassy for the organization as well. As you know, Confindustria is more than ever committed to reinforce our bilateral economic and commercial ties. For us, the United Kingdom is a strategic partner in achieving the B7 priorities. This year, the aim of Confindustria B7 presidencies is to focus in mainly 4 drivers. The first one is economic security and global value chains. The second one is energy, environmental, climate transition. The third one is data economy and digital technologies, harness talent and supporting transition. And the impact of artificial intelligence across all these drivers represent the new effort to address. And I'm sure we can collaborate with the UK, for example, on developing technology solutions for AI safety. After the Brexit, we have been deeply engaged in assisting our companies with several initiatives in collaboration with the 2 embassies, with the Italian Trade Agency, with the bilateral Chamber of Commerce, and with the Italian authorization like the Italian Customer Agency. Despite the current geopolitical turmoil and the energy crisis, our bilateral trade is still solid and encouraging. In 2023, it was show an increasing of about 13% compared to 2022, and a positive trade balance for Italy. UK remained the first destination in Europe for FDI project, and Italy is ranking the 6th globally and 2nd in Europe among the investors in advanced manufacturers. And these data are the proof of the vitality of our companies in UK in many different sectors, from the most advanced and promising to the made in Italy, beautiful and well-made customer goods. As a matter of fact, along with the US, Germany, and Japan, the United Kingdom is the market with the highest export potential for the Italian, we call bello ben fatto products. So beautiful and well-made in terms of design, attention to details, high-quality materials, and careful manufacturing. Obviously, and I'm going to conclude, there is still a huge potential to be explored with the UK from a commercial point of view. And I believe that public and private synergy like this one can really help to further reinforce our business relation. So we welcome this kind of initiative, and we wish to all companies participate in a fruitful bilateral business session that will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice President Beltrame Giacomello, and thank you to Confindustria for always sustaining our initiatives. And after the Italian partners, we move on to the British one, and it's a real pleasure to introduce Serena Corti, Deputy Consul General and Deputy Director of the British Consulate General in Milan. Please, the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Serena Corti, and I'm the British Deputy Consul General in Italy, but I have also a second hat as Chief Operating Director for the Department of Business and Trade in Italy. I'm based at the British Consulate in Milan. As an Italian who has been working for the UK government for 20 years, I feel particularly privileged to be here today for the launch of this very exciting project. The Cassa Depositi and Prestiti digital business platform represents a unique tool for companies to explore new business opportunity, but not only, also to have access to market intelligence to support their business in the UK and in Italy. I would like to stress that this is a very special and lucky year for our countries, and I'm honored to represent both of them in my role and also with my nationality. The UK and Italy relationship has gone from strength to strength following the signing of our bilateral cooperation agreement, as said earlier, signed by Prime Ministers Meloni and Sunak in April last year. This milestone agreement covers many important themes of our bilateral relationship, from energy to democracy, to economic policy, to science, innovation, and prosperity. In addition to this, last year we also signed another important agreement, that is the Statement of Intent on Defense Cooperation in Third Countries. That is an agreement that is unique because it sets the basis for very regular meetings between Segredifesa and our UK Defence and Security Export Organization, and they support together Anglo-Italian projects also in third countries. More specifically, on the trade side, we supported, as UK government and Italian government too, the signing of another important agreement, the Export and Investment Promotion Dialogue, signed last year in February in Rome at Villa Volkonsky, the residence of the ambassador, and it was signed by our Secretary of State for DBT, Bedenok, and our counterpart, Foreign Secretary Tajani. And this agreement is aimed at boosting bilateral trading flow. So he established a more structured mechanism of collaboration between companies with a specific focus on the most innovative sectors with high development potential. And this allowed also us to talk more about concerns about market access barriers or difficulties in getting information for exporters. So we really work hard to mitigate barriers where they exist, and we would like to improve the ease of access to relevant information. This year, in addition, is also the Italian G7 presidency that offers a unique opportunity to deliver our BCA objectives. So we come into 2024 as one of Italy's closest G7 partners. And as I said earlier, we share the same top priorities. Starting from our core values, that I think they are the real boost to everything we do in our lives, we have a lot in common in trade. Italy and UK are leaders in innovative technology, in creative products. We are leaders in green solutions, and we want to maintain this leadership in research and innovation. We want to attract investment, and we want to export made in UK or made in Italian products to the world. And we want to support and explore strategic business partnerships with foreign companies, as we're doing today. So later, you will hear directly from our His Majesty Trade Commissioner will present in deeper detail our work. But to give you a couple of examples, for example, in the digital sector, the UK was the second largest exporter of digitally deliverable service in 2021, or artificial intelligence is another key area for both of our countries, and the UK is home to the third highest number of artificial intelligence companies in the world. I'm personally working really closely with the Director Sacchi, for example, in the luxury sector, and we are delivering new initiatives to showcase British and Italian luxury products, fashion, textile, food and drink. So, in a nutshell, why this platform is so important? Because connections are a key element nowadays, and effective collaboration and access to a world-leading knowledge base can help you to make your business more prosperous and successful. That is the main goal in our work. So in conclusion, I would like to emphasize the importance of being here today to present this useful initiative together with our Italian friends and partners. We are confident that this platform will be a very useful tool to facilitate matchings and also to enhance mutual understanding between British and Italian companies in either direction. I would like to thank Cassa Depositi and Prestiti, the Italian Embassy in London, the Italian Trade Agency, all the amazing speakers we have here today, and of course our fantastic DBT team. Ultimately, I left the most important players, the companies, both British and Italian. Thank you very much, because it is just thanks to your interest, your daily work, that bilateral trade is a reality. That is constantly growing year after year, and often, I must admit, overcoming the present difficulties we are living, always with innovative solutions, with great talent and strong passion. So thank you very much for your hard work and support.
Thank you very much, Deputy Consul General Corti, for your introductory remarks, comments, and constructive support. Thank you very much. And now is the time to understand and deepen what is the role of the British Chamber of Commerce and how the Chamber help businesses to connect and to grow. So I'm honored to leave the floor to Anne-Marie Martin, Director of Membership UK and International of the British Chamber of Commerce. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good morning. It's an absolute delight to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. So as you said, my name is Anne-Marie Martin. I'm the British Chambers of Commerce Director of Membership for the UK and International. I'm also the Trade Programme Lead for our network. So it's a great honour to be here today for this important day. The British Chambers, I'll tell you a little bit more about us as an organisation and our network. So the British Chambers of Commerce sits at the heart of this incredible global network of over 130 chambers of commerce. Here in the UK, we represent 53 accredited chambers, large chambers located across every business hub in the UK, and a lesser known jewel in the crown is our growing network of over 75, actually it's now 80 British chambers located across the rest of the world, and it's really good to see Stephen here today as well. It's been a while, Stephen, we must catch up. That network represents some 65,000 companies of all shapes and sizes. And I think, again, people don't realize, we represent SMEs, micro companies, entrepreneurs, startups, but also the large corporate FTSE 100, FTSE 250 companies within the network of the British Chambers of Commerce. We've been around over 160 years, so we've got over 160 years experience in the world of trade. Our data indicates, and we firmly believe, that trade can make every company a better one. Again, our data, we run some extraordinary research programs at the BCC, and it's always indicated that once you open the door to international trade and investment, then the possibility for growth for companies are endless. And of course, it brings much needed funding back into the coffers of the wider economy around the world. The chamber network that we represent already provides thousands of businesses with the support they need from trade documentation, customs services, market entry advice and support, and again, through our international network across the world, access to those trusted partners in every country, in most countries around the world. And really, we want to help thousands more to do the same. The world of trade is changing. I don't think I need to tell you that. New markets are emerging. Traditional, better known markets are still hugely important for the UK economy. The world of digital solutions has been accelerated, and we are now experiencing this new wave of innovative products and services that provide companies with agile routes to market and that enhanced experience in finding their partners around the world. Italy remains an incredibly important trading partner for the UK. We've heard some extraordinary numbers today. Our British Chamber, I've mentioned Stephen already, for Italy is a valued member of our network, and I'm absolutely delighted they too have joined forces with you and us in celebrating the launch of this exciting new product that will really seamlessly connect UK and Italian companies to help them to do business together. And of course, our collective efforts to grow trade between our two countries. So that's it from me. Thank you again for inviting me. Huge congratulations on the launch today. And we really look forward to working with all of you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Martin, for your participation today and for providing your precious point of view. And now we can open the panel focused on the UK-Italy business relations. And I would like, in order to enter in details of the trade relations between Italy and UK, I would like to start with Giovanni Sacchi, the Director of the Italian Trade Agency in London. Buongiorno, Giovanni. Let's listen from Giovanni Sacchi about the main links of collaboration between Italian and UK companies. What kind of support the Italian Trade Agency can provide for the companies in this context. So please, Giovanni, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. I am very pleased to participate to this event today. I want to thank CDP, I want to thank the Italian Embassy and all the partners that participate in today. I have a presentation. I'm trying to start it now, but it's not, okay. As has been said already, the United Kingdom is a very important economy. It's the 6th in the world, the 2nd in Europe. According to the latest figures, the outlook for 2023, the GDP almost 2.69 billion pounds, a growth. We would say that the figures, the general figure, they say this rather stagnating economy, but at the same time they are more positive still as concerns inflation, which has been down by large part, and also the recent figures of unemployment, which testify that the economy is still doing very well. The general figure of 2023 that has been published recently by the UK trade, from the UK side, testified a small decrease on general trade. 32 billion pounds is the general figure for 2023, minus 1.7%. We have a very strong balance, a surplus, a very strong surplus. So we are the 8th supplier country of UK. The general decrease, the small decrease of 5% is mostly due, as we can show from the following figures, is mostly due to a sharp decrease in the pharmaceutical and chemicals, while all the other major sector of the Italian products. Here in this slide, so you can see how this general figure of 22.1 billion pounds has been split in the different sectors. As we can see, the major exports to UK is still represented by instrumental goods, which represent almost more than 1/3 of our export. And we can see the other traditional sectors of made in Italy, fashion and accessories, agri-food and beverage, they are the second and the third all together. Which are the main, according to our observation, according to our analysis, and also what has been confirmed in the recent signed memorandum of understanding, there are 5 major sectors with high growth potential in the cooperation between Italy and UK. And these sectors are represented in these slides: frontier technologies, has been mentioned by my colleagues before, how important is artificial intelligence and how important is digital in the UK market. But another very important sector, which a very strong financial support from the government, is the sector of advanced engineering. And in this sector, as we have seen before by the slides, Italy can play a very important role. At the same time, green economy is still a very, very important focus in the sector of UK. And at the same time, another important sector where we can play a very strong role, that has been mentioned already, is the creative industry as a total, where UK is still a superpower and where we can play a large important role. Serena, that I thank her very much, she already mentioned our project together in the fashion industry, but there are other sectors, like, for example, the creative industry, like e-sports, games, immersive tech, where we can work together with the British. If we go a little bit further, analyzing the different sectors of our, where we are exporting more, we can see that the result of 2023 were not that bad. For example, in the agri-food, both products and beverages, we still experience an increase of our export. In the agri-food, we increased our export by 9%. Almost 6.3% of all the food products purchased in the UK are Italian. And and also in the beverage, as you know, Italy is the first supplier of UK as regards the quantity, and we are the first by value. This other slides is not going. I don't know why.
Aiutato.
Yeah, it's not. I'm trying to. It's still okay. These other slides, we have the consumer goods sector that I already mentioned. It's very important. And also in furniture and furnishing, we are almost 0.800 million pounds of export, with an increase of 8.6% compared to 2022. Also in fashion and accessories, which is the largest goods, we experiencing a 4.4 billion exports. Image is still blocked. Problem with the slides. Don't know, it depends from the connection. Yeah. Okay. Instrumental goods. We have the data, the general data of our export in the UK market, and according to the opportunity that we are having in the sector, the sector continues to give very positive feedback. I think the slides cannot be controlled by this. I don't know if it's a problem of connection, but it's still very, very slow. In general, what suggestion I can provide? The market, the UK market, has been proved to be a very sophisticated and structured and competitive market. Our company, especially SMEs, they need a real strong support in order to, especially in the communication and in the penetration in the market. Another suggestion that we give is to be very to pay big attention to the packaging, to the labeling, also when we are presenting our products in this market. And another very important aspect, especially now after Brexit, is the optimization of the logistics and transport, because transport times and cost often prove to be a difficult barrier to small SMEs to enter this market. The support that we can give as Italian trade agency can be a comprehensive one. As you know, we can give from information and consultancies to training and assistance, but what we have as the strongest part of our activity here in the trade agency in London is to support the Made in Italy excellencies in different and planning different activities for the Italian companies. Not forgetting what has been mentioned by other speakers before, that digital technologies are very important in the UK market, so it's very important to pay attention to the e-commerce. We have actually a series of activities that we are carrying out with e-tailers in the UK market. According to recent figures, the online sale is a growing amount of the total sales in the UK market. Now they represent almost 20%, but there are different studies that they testify the possibility of reaching by the end of this decade to reach a 50-50 ratio. The services, as I mentioned, can go from assistance in providing local counterparts in an activity important to identify also potential investors for Italian companies, what we are developing with the FDI. And these activities can be developed also thanks to a structured office here in London, where we have about 18 local staff, which are carrying out and developing different activities according to the different sectors that I just mentioned before: instrumental goods, consumer goods department, agri-food. In 2024, we have scheduled a comprehensive list of activities for supporting the Italian companies exporting and doing business with British counterpart. This comprehensive list goes from activities in different fields, from the consumer goods that has been mentioned before. From textile and design, we will have an Italian pavilion in the largest design show in London, Crackwell Design Week. We will have activities in the sector of yarns. We will do activity also in the sector of music as creative industry. Not forgetting the importance of doing activities in the editing for the publishing industry, which is very strong, and for the moving industry. The agri-food and wines will be the largest part of our activity. We have a very important annual event, which is the International Food Exhibition in London in the month of March. We will have the traditional Borsa Vini, the traditional event, but at the same time, we do also some B2B events for small and medium-sized enterprises in the food industry, together with promotion that we carry out with some GDO partners. We are discussing now some important agreements with some interested partner in the UK market, and as long as we go ahead with this agreement, we most probably will open new opportunities. Recently, we have been publishing the opportunity with the e-tailer Ocado. We have been launching a new campaign of partnership with Ocado that has been publicized recently. The instrumental goods is sorry, I can go ahead or not? The slides are not working, but okay, the slides are working now, but I don't know why. They went very, very slow. I have some problems of connection. I just finished my interview saying that instrumental goods is the third important sectors where we are concentrating our promotional activities, and we will do participation to the Fabro show. We do a special project for innovation and startup with the largest event in UK. We do also agriculture, technology, machinery. Then we have, as I mentioned before, some specific desks to support potential investors, UK investors who want to invest in Italy. We have another important desk to support Italian startups. And recently we have been open an office in Ireland to follow also the Irish market that is coordinated by this office. In total, what I can say is that the Italian trade agency in general has decided in the last 3 years to increase the largest amount of financial support to the trade relations. When we started 2 years ago, we had a budget of around 1.5 million euro. Last year, we invested almost 6 million euro in order to organize almost 70 events, both trade events and B2B here in the whole UK country, and other 30, almost 40 trade delegations where we invited over 200 British businessmen to visit most important trade shows. So I think that with this comprehensive presentation, I think I have given you some hints of the importance of this market and how our organization can support together with the other partners of Made in Italy in your efforts to cooperate to increase your cooperation with the two countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director Giovanni Sacchi, for your speech and for having provided us with a broad overview of Italian-UK business relationships. So thank you very much, and for the Italian trade agency activity in the United Kingdom. So thank you. And now what about the UK side? I'm very honored to have with us today Mr. Chris Barton, His Majesty's Trade Commissioner for Europe, UK Department for Business and Trade. So, Mr. Barton, what is the role of the Trade Commissioner for Europe, and which sectors are of most interest for the UK and Italy economic and trade relations? Please, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much, Ambassador, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Delighted to be here today virtually. So, as has been said, my name is Chris Barton. I'm His Majesty's Trade Commissioner for Europe, and that means it's my privilege and pleasure to attract and encourage a thriving trade and investment relationship between the UK and other European countries. And I want to just share briefly 4 top messages with you today, if I may. And the first is to say that what we're doing together is tremendously important. And I want to thank you for that. Let me explain why. We believe very strongly from the UK side, and I believe in the Italy side too, that trade and investment internationally drives economic growth, it creates jobs, it improves living standards. So it's tremendously important economically. It's also important for wider reasons in terms of delivering our sustainability goals, in terms of encouraging and enhancing the security of our economies and countries, and in terms of lifting standards both within business and within our public services. And maybe most importantly of all, I think what we're doing makes a real difference at individual level. Every time that we facilitate some trade and investment together, every time any of the businesses on this call succeed in landing a deal, in setting up a company, making it succeed, that makes a real difference to individuals. It means that they have job security. It means that they can deliver things and support their wider family. It means that we can see individual businesses grow and flourish. So I think it's worth just taking a moment to celebrate the fact that what we're doing together really matters, both at the sort of macro level for our economies and at the individual level for our citizens and fellow colleagues. So a very big thank you to everybody, and a particular thank you, if I may, to any businesses on the call, because you're the guys that actually do the trade and investment. So thank you. So that's message one, is that we see the trade and investment and what we're doing here together as tremendously important. Second message is to say that for the UK, the Italy relationship is absolutely fundamental. As you may know, that overall, the Europe represents about half of the UK's trade deals, trade arrangements. Over about half of our exports are sold to Europe. About half of inward investment into the UK comes from Europe. and of that European pie, if you like, the Italian bit is absolutely key. One of the things I love about trade and trade stats is that everybody's numbers are different. But what I can say is that ours were very clear that the UK-Italy trade relationship is hugely important for our economy. By our numbers, the most recent stats suggest £47 billion worth of trade between us. To the Italian colleagues on the call, I have to say that you're slightly winning at the moment. That I think your exports to the UK are roughly twice as much as UK exports to Italy. So we're going to catch you up. But the good news story is that there's a huge amount of trade and investment between us, and it covers a whole range of different sectors, as been alluded to already, including financial and business professional services, travel and tourism, pharma, metals, energy, clothing, food and drink, and more. So it's a really rich connection. But it's also, I'd say, it's not just the commercial side, it's not just the money side. Of course, UK and Italy have a hugely strong relationship at a political level, at cultural level, and at personal level. And that is reflected in the very significant travel and tourism and investment in each other's countries, the number of people working in each other's countries, which underlines quite how important Italy is from a UK perspective. And we certainly feel that we share a lot of values, both sort of culturally and politically, which makes us a very, very close partners. So I did want to underline as a second message, not just that trade and investment is hugely important, but for the UK, trade and investment with Italy has a very special place, both from the economic perspective, but in some ways even more importantly for all of those personal and cultural and social links. So again, a very big thank you to everybody on this call for being part of that really exciting story. So we said it's really important. Italy is really important. Just two other quick messages I wanted to share. One is on how's it going? And my key message here is that I think we've got tremendous grounds for optimism in terms of looking to the future of our trade and investment. I think there's no getting away from it. The last few years have been quite challenging for a whole number of reasons. Obviously, the Brexit transition had impact, COVID had impact, Russia-Ukraine has had impact, the cost of living crisis has had impact, and the sort of generally slow economic growth in our countries and across Europe has had an impact. So it has been a difficult last few years, but certainly by our numbers, if you look now for UK exports to Europe as a whole, are at the highest level they've ever been now in money terms, about 20% higher than they were in 2018 before all those challenges. In real terms, if you take out inflation, pretty much back to the level they were in 2018. In Italy, we see a similar sort of picture. We did see a decrease, but we're on the upward trajectory, which is hugely welcome. And I think most importantly, whatever the impact has been over the last few years through exceptionally challenging period, we see tremendous reasons for growth in our trade and investment in the coming years. And why do I say that? This isn't just me being wishful thinking. We have the baseline for really good trade and investment in the trade and cooperation agreement between the UK and EU, and therefore UK and Italy. Of course, that's not the single market or customs union, but it is a world-class free trade agreement. I would say it is better than any other trade deal that either the UK or the EU has with any other country or region around the world outside the single market or customs union. So we have a really good basis in that way. We've got brilliant companies on both sides who've already got a very strong track record in trading and investing in each other's countries. We've got governments that want to see that grow. If you look at the longer term, I think this coming year is still going to be fairly flat, to be honest, in terms of economic growth for both of us, but the long-term trajectory is upward. And then when you look at particular sectors, as Director Sachi has already referred to, in life sciences, in digital, in the green transition, in advanced engineering, and many other sectors, there's huge potential for growth. So not only is the trade and investment in general General, very important. The UK-Italy relationship, fundamental within that. I think there are many reasons to be positive about the way forward. Which brings me to the fourth and final point, is to say that we're here to help. And that is really important. You've heard from Serena, fantastic Deputy Consul General who leads our sort of trade work in Italy, and she heads a wider team. I'm sure many of them will be familiar to you. But we have really tremendous people who work day in, day out to help companies make a success of that trade and investment. So if you are a UK company that's interested in exporting to Italy, you've got a group of very talented and expert people ready to help to provide that advice, that advocacy, that practical assistance to help you sell. If you're an Italian company and you want to source from the UK, then we can be your purchasing department. So do please use us to help us connect you with UK suppliers. If you're interested as an Italian company in investing in the UK, we're here. Again, we can provide advice as to where the opportunities might be, practical support to make a success of that. So please do use us, because it is our privilege and pleasure, as I said at the beginning, to encourage that trade and investment relationship between UK and Italy, because we see it in general as hugely important. With Italy specifically has a very special place in the way that we see our trade and investment relationship. We think there are great opportunities in a range of sectors after some challenging recent years, and it is our pleasure to help. So please do be in contact. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to hearing more.
Thank you. For sure, we will use you. Thank you, and thank you for your words, for your very interesting overview, and for outlining the role of the Commissioner for Europe in promoting and enhancing trade investment exchanges also between Italy and UK. So we really hope to foster our bilateral collaboration. Thank you and goodbye. And now, before moving forward with the roundtable with our distinguished guest, let me spend a few words on the CDP Business Matching platform. I will show you a few slides describing this innovative tool developed by CDP in partnership with SIMEST. As you can see in a moment in the first slide, the tool was developed by CDP in partnership with SIMEST and the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs International Cooperation, with the aim to support the internationalization processes of Italian companies and to develop new business relations among Italian and foreign companies. CDP Business Matching platform is an easy, safe, and free of charge digital tool that allows companies to meet, share business intentions, and have new commercial partnerships. We launched the platform beginning 2022, and currently the tool is operative in 12 focus countries. And with the beginning of 2024, we are very pleased to launch the platform in the UK, one of the most important countries for Italian companies, and where I think Made in Italy is really considered a factor of great importance and synonymous of high quality in different manufacturing sectors. So after the today kickoff event, we will start to organize events in the most important sectors. We listen from Saki, a lot of important sectors, and so we will organize bilateral event to foster trade relations in order to contribute to match among companies. We hope to create a permanent place, the platform where Italian and UK companies, dealers, distributors, buyers can meet and develop new business opportunities with the support of CDP, SIMEST, the Italian Trade Agency, Confindustria, CNA, the Italian Chamber of Commerce in UK, and all the UK partners participating today with us, and I would like to thank you all very much. The platform is a smart tool where all interested companies can easily enter, register, and use for free including scheduling a B2B meeting in a virtual room within the platform with the company of interest. All registered companies can find the ideal partner in the occasion of an event such as today webinar, where you have the possibility to look for the partners among the list of participants. You can today access to the marketplace within the platform, or you can accept to meet the potential partner that the algorithm identifies for you with the highest degree of affinity among thousands of already registered companies. The algorithms runs every day, all the year, and proposes matches among companies based on their profile and business intentions. The platform allows to access to a network of selected high-quality companies thanks to an important network of institutional partners already joining the initiative. So, since the launch of the platform, we have, as you can see, registered more than 6,500 companies, 55% of which are Italian companies, and the remaining 45% are foreign companies from different sectors. There are more than 1,000 B2B meetings already organized and hosted in the platform, with more than 6,000 attending companies. What about next steps? We would like to strengthen international relations among Italian and UK companies, and through new thematics event, as I already said, that will be organized with all relevant partners in UK. You can see in the footer some of our partners, in order to promote and to facilitate trade relations between Italian and UK companies. Indeed, we will continue the optimization of the tool, increasing solutions to facilitate the use of platforms such as the marketplace already activated, available today for all webinar participants, and the digital expo center, also with the use of metaverse, and that will be available soon, and with the introduction of blockchain and artificial intelligence. In these in the final slide, you can see the platform registration link, the main Italian partners of the initiative, and the customer care contacts. So you can contact us by phone, by email, if you need the technical assistance, or if you want to receive more information about the platform and its functions. Finally, I would like to remind you that on the landing page of the platform, you can find the platform brochure, the presentation, as well as the guidelines and the video tutorials to support the registration and profiling phases, and to access and participate B2B meetings. From now, all registered company will be able to organize and to participate in B2B meetings with UK or Italian partners. And now, after the presentation of the platform and before the next roundtable discussion that will be focused on the business opportunities between Italian and UK companies, I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and I would like to launch a short promotional video of the CDP Business Matching platform. Thank you e arrivederci.
There is a smart way to increase your business and meet new Italian partners. Discover CDP Business Matching, the network that connects your company with Italian firms selected according to your business needs. CDP Business Matching is free and smart. Register now on businessmatching.cdp.it, select your goals, and meet the most suitable Italian partners for your business.
I think is an incredible platform. I think they're going to be able to connect a lot of people together. I myself have connected already through them, and I wait to see how many more partnerships and more businesses that I can do together through the platform.
CDP Business Matching allowed us to enlarge our business and consent us every day to be more competitive in foreign market, very complex and far.
Shape your network. Join now CDP Business Matching on businessmatching.cdp.it and take part in the next digital event.
After the detailed presentation of the CDP Business Matching platform, let me introduce the distinguished speakers of the roundtable. Francesca Licata, Head of External Relations at SIMEST, Alessandro Belluzzo, President of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for the UK, Stephen Sprague, President of the British Chamber of Commerce for Italy, and Richard Rambelow, Director of International Affairs and Export Services of Make UK. Good morning, buongiorno. I would like to start with Francesca Licata, Head of External Relations of SIMEST. Good morning, Francesca. Please, I leave you the floor.
Thank you, Carlotta. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for this important opportunity. First of all, I would like to underline that inside the business platform, all company can find our products. SIMEST is part of Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, and we offer financial support to the Italian company that want to develop their international growth. Working with SIMEST means having the support of the Italian government, and we offer 3 types of products for the Italian company that want to develop their business in UK. We offer soft loans that support the Italian company growth and international process of Italian company in all foreign countries, such as program for entering foreign markets that we facilitate the entry into new foreign markets by opening of commercial structure and existing structures. Or, for example, temporary manager or loans to create an e-commerce platform. So in this case, we finance the development of an e-commerce solution through the use of a marketplace or the creation of a self-development IT platform. Or loans, for example, to attend international fairs or international exhibition, or green and digital transition, or certification and consultancy. For those products, we offer a very low interest rate that is 10% of EU benchmark rates. The second product excuse me, that we offer is equity investments. In this case, we are like a private equity, and we can do a joint venture with an Italian company that need to have the majority share in the foreign company. We are just a minority partner, and the Italian company will have the possibility to use also the venture capital fund that have a very favorable terms. With this product, we can do we can help the Italian company in joint venture up to 8 years, and we offer a very low interest rate too. The last product, but not the least, is the export credit that includes supply credit. With this line of product, we offer the possibility to the Italian exporter to be very competitive. So in this case, we can offer to the foreign buyers an extension of more of 24 months for discounted debt security at a favorable terms. In UK, we have in this moment 5 operations of equity loans for a total amount of 23 million euro. And we have in portfolio about 180 soft loans operation for a total amount of 51 million euro in the last 3 years. I finish, and I remain at your disposal, and thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to you, Francesca, for having presented the financial tools of SIMEST to support the SMEs abroad in their internationalization export processes. After Francesca, we have the pleasure to have with us today Alessandro Belluzzo, President of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for the UK. So, President Belluzzo, the Chamber has a fundamental role in accompanying and consolidating relations between companies in the two countries. So, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Buongiorno. Good morning, everyone. So it's a pleasure to be here today amongst all the other speakers, and as the President of the Chamber of Commerce since 2019, I can confirm that our role is to support businesses in the country. I prepare a presentation to show you what I think has changed in the relationship between Italy and the UK that could well be, of course, the future for the next years. And since the Chamber has been founded many years ago, our role has changed as well within the new position of the UK, of course, among the European states. We are part of Asso Camera Estero, so the Sistema Italia, and among other 80 chambers around the world, we support businesses together with all the other institutions that are also here today, which I thank you again, without saying the names of everyone, but I can tell, of course, that an event like this is the real thing that needs to happen, especially in this situation where we need to work together with a different system of the Sistema Italia and the British one. So, as a chamber, what we can offer is basically helping the businesses and their expansion in the UK. And since Brexit, COVID, of course, things have changed dramatically, I would say, in the country, and less small businesses are present now, more larger are keen to expand their business in the UK. And you can tell this from the name of our members at the moment that we have that represent very much the Made in Italy in the UK, and they are very large presence and very much supportive of our activity in the UK. What we do to support our members and to help them together with the other partners in the UK, of course, and in Italy, is helping them with business services, matching like an event today, events and communications, and of course, trying to help as well people to get together in London within our premises, outside, organizing events and matching of business together. The most important things I like to stress today is, of course, what I mentioned before, how much we think has changed between UK and EU after Brexit, and of course, what we can see at the moment. And what I've done, I hope that is very useful to you. I took a part of quite of a different approach in analysis, the Brexit impact and the road from the changes of from June 2016 to today that we discussed, of course, the fantastic bilateral cooperation between Italy and the UK signed in April 23 and helped a lot the relationship between the country and amongst the businesses. But what we think is very important to stress today is that things have changed as well in the numbers of people due to the immigration restrictions and the visa system. Of course, we see less people coming to the UK or going to Italy, of course, but who are coming and who are intentionally coming to the UK are prepared to come for goods. So they're trying to invest in their own curriculum, in their own activity. The businesses are making an effort to come along and to try to invest in the UK, which is a very positive thing because it helps us to strengthen our relationship and doing business better, we think, among the UK and the different European states, of course, in Italy first. And this is what we have seen in this sort of years. Of course, things have changed since Brexit. Many Italians, maybe they got their registration in the UK amongst IRA because they were scared that they were being kicked off or out of the country, but this was not the case. But in real terms, the numbers has changed. There are less people coming and going, but we think that the quality of the people and the quality of the businesses are higher than before. And you can tell from the goods and the trade of goods and the numbers that we've been explained before. These are, as well as this in these slides, very, very similar. And we think that is a positive outcome, regardless of course, the issues and the barriers that Brexit had created. The same thing is in regards of service and trades. Unfortunately, situation as such that in some sectors, of course, especially in some services, things have declined. But we can tell again that some services of quality and other sectors that were not present maybe in the UK before are now very much part of the day-to-day activity of our members as well. And the same thing is happening on the FDI situation. Again, things are growing, things are going well, but in a different way, in a different manner. So my message today is to tell you that we can tell that Brexit, COVID, and the other situation have given a shock to the market, but it's not that overall the impact is negative. On the contrary, the overall impact to us is positive, but only through situation as investment, as events like today, as platform that CDP has put together, we can do things even better. Because, of course, our role is to help businesses within the UK. Some of the others are helping businesses investing from Italy to the UK. So if we don't do things together, most of the value chain that we can create will collapse. So our message is to work together and to do it even better through this platform. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much to you, President Belluzzo, for your words and support in promoting this initiative in favor of the Italian and UK companies. And thank you for providing your point of view in this change contest. And now I'm very pleased to move to the next speaker, Stephen Sprague, the President of the British Chamber of Commerce for Italy. Good morning, Mr. Sprague. What is the current trade situation between Italy and UK from your point of view? And what is the role of the British Chamber of Commerce in supporting the bilateral trade? Please, I leave you the floor.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everybody. A special good morning to Anne-Marie, who I hope to see very soon. I should have some slides, I think, that should be available on the screen. Okay. Clearly, most of what the speakers that have preceded me have explained what the current situation is in terms of trade between the UK and Italy, so I won't repeat those messages. I think from the Chamber's perspective, what we see is that Italy remains a very vibrant and a very attractive market for UK businesses, whether they be large businesses looking to make strategic investment. I was at a conference a few weeks ago in Tuscany and was interested to see the level of foreign direct investment, including the direct investment that's coming from the UK in that region. And I think the same is repeated throughout the country. One of the things that we see, and I would certainly emphasize, is the quality of the investment and the quality of the business that is being undertaken. We live in a very modern, very highly digitalized and dynamic world. And I think there is a significant amount of interest that we're seeing from the UK in technology, whether it be AI, whether it be cybersecurity, and those kinds of activities. There is certainly a large amount of interest. And also, obviously, the continuing interest in the supply of goods to Italy, not clearly as much as there are goods going from Italy to the UK, but there's also a great amount of interest in trying to develop niche and high quality, maybe not mass demand, but high quality products coming from the UK to Italy. There's also having had a hiatus, I think the interest in services is coming back. And recently we've been involved in a number of activities that are related to the provision of services in Italy as well. In terms of the Chamber itself, the Chamber's been around since 1904. It's not quite as old as our cousins in the UK, but certainly for a long time. And during this time, we have been a cornerstone for the fostering of bilateral trade between our two countries. Italy is a very interesting market for UK businesses to engage in, largely due to the fact that I think Italy provides a very vibrant market, but at the same time a very varied one as you move from north to south. And this adds the value that the Chamber can add in explaining and helping people adjust to the way the market here works and to the way in which cultural relations work as well. And in Italy, of course, one of the very fundamental parts of doing successful business is establishing very, very good personal relationships with the people that one does business with. Much like the Italian Chamber at London, we have around about 200 members. Our members come from a very varied range of services, products, businesses, from very large financial institutions down to small startups and SMEs. And we have a number of programs that are designed specifically for the different types of businesses that we engage with, including an element of support for startups and SMEs, especially those that work in the digital sector. We see ourselves as a chamber for Italy, and therefore we have a number of regional offices ranging from Sicily and Puglia in the south, right up to Piemonte and the Veneto region in the north. We run a series of activities. We are clearly very much focused on the business community in the north of Italy, but at the same time, we feel it's very important that we're able to support our members and support the local business community throughout the country. At the same time, we have a number of partnerships with various organizations, and of course, we undertake the sorts of events that one would expect of a chamber. I think one of the most important elements that the chamber can offer in today's market is the ability to network and to engage with potential partners. And we spend a lot of time trying to create opportunities for our members, not only to interact amongst themselves, but also to interact with other chambers, other organizations within the territories in which we are present, and also to engage on a sectoral and interest level as well. We have strong relationships with institutions. Sorry, went too fast. So the institutions ranging through not only obviously the Chris Barton and his colleagues, the Consul General and her colleagues and friends of the embassy, but also with Italian institutions as well. And this has allowed us to create a very good relationship with not only our internal community, but the business community, again, within which we live. We also have, as Anne-Marie mentioned, a very good relationship and are very strongly involved in the activities undertaken by the British Chambers of Commerce. And what this does from our perspective is it not only gives us a very strong and easy link with what's happening in the UK, but it also gives us access to and makes us accessible for the various local chambers within the UK, with whom we're often in contact, and whose members we are often able to help in terms of engagement with local parties, or even organising trade fairs and trade initiatives. In addition to this, of course, we are always engaging with local institutions in Italy, locally here in Milan. Of course, there's the Regione Lombardia, there's the Comune, and the various Confindustria and other organizations similar to Confindustria that are organized throughout Italy. Our partner network is briefly shown here in this slide. You can see it goes from the kind of institutions I've been talking about, but also into Glasgow Chamber of Commerce, into the Association of International Banks, ASA, which is an association of legal firms, here in SE. So it's very varied. We have a very varied membership, and therefore it's in everybody's interest that we keep our connections and we keep things open with as broad a community as we can. The services that the Chamber offers are the ones you would expect of this kind of organisation. So we do a lot of work on networking. We do a lot of work in terms of facilitating access to power, whether that be local or national. We have training which we organise through various of our members. We help with marketing and branding, market access, advocacy, the whole range of services that one would expect of a chamber, which even in the digital age can often provide that little bit extra that you can't simply get from ChatGPT or a search on internet. Our members, which perhaps is easier to see on the next slide, range from what we call our heritage brands. So the kind of very easily recognizable brands that would scream a bit of coming from the UK, even though a lot of these are now multinational companies in reality. We have a large selection of multinational companies that have chosen to become part of the Chamber because of our links, both inside and outside of Italy. And of course, we have a series of Italian-born businesses. The Brexit has had clearly a significant effect on the relationships that the Chamber has, both pure and with its members. I think the work that the British government has been doing in terms of its special relationship, I like to think of it as a special relationship with Italy, has helped. I think it's something that has gone a long way to easing concerns, easing potential issues that people perhaps had foreseen arriving, which slowly are being sorted out. And it helps that we have a good access to our colleagues, certainly at the Consul General and the Embassy, but pass on to them information that we get and comments or suggestions that our members are giving us or that come up in the events that we hold. I'm conscious of the fact that we're running over time as well, so I'll stop here. I'll finish with just a slide which gives information about the kinds of ways in which we can connect. Finally, my congratulations with the platform. I think it picks up on a lot of the kinds of things that we try to do, but in a much more, perhaps in a much more direct and modern, digitalized way of putting people in touch with one another, which of course is what we're all about. You do business by communicating, you do business by finding synergies with counterparts. And I think the work that we do, the work that everybody has talked about today, and the platform that you're launching today will go a long way to helping that happen. So thank you, and buon proseguimento.
Thank you very much. Grazie mille, Mr. Sprague, for your words, also about the platform, for your very useful presentation and participation in today's event. And what is the point of view of Make UK? We have the pleasure to have with us today Richard Rambelow, Director of International Affairs and Export Services of Make UK. Good morning. Please, I leave you the floor.
Yes, good morning, everyone. First of all, Ambassador, distinguished guests, fellow colleagues, thank you for the invitation to be with you this morning. I found the discussion so far very interesting, very fulfilling. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Make UK, we are the representative body for UK manufacturing. We are an organisation of over 126 years standing, originally set up to provide the linkage between employers and employees in terms of pay and rations, terms and conditions, and matters relating to employment. We have radically changed since those days of the early 1900s to an organisation which represents UK manufacturing, not just to UK audiences, but also to European and international audiences too, in terms of what we want to see UK manufacturing do and the benefits and opportunities that arise from it. We have 22,000 members across our platform, ranging from OEMs, household names, to SMEs who are critical in the supply chains for those OEMs, And it won't come as a surprise to people on this call that international trade, however long or short that might be, is a critical part of how our sector functions, operates, and the economic prosperity and drive that it creates, both for those businesses and its employers, but also for many, many supply chains across the world, as importantly, of course, for the European Union too. We are living in interesting times when it comes to trade because of some of the factors and issues that have already been spoken about. Global trade is going through a transition period at the minute from a point of view of many impacts, whether that is monetary impacts, COVID, or other and perhaps more sustainable geopolitical impacts in terms of who, how, and in what way you trade with countries. But certainly, I think there's an optimism and confidence that 2024 and beyond will be more positive when it comes to international trade. And that can only be welcome for all of us on this call, and particularly for our members who are absolutely engaged at the front end of driving that economic value through boosting trade, boosting commercial relationships, and identifying new opportunities. The EU as a whole remains the most critical to that economic activity. More or less half of UK exports in our sector or trade is with the EU compared to elsewhere in the world. And therefore the importance of this call, the importance of continuing bilateral relationships with a prominent member of the European Union in terms of Italy cannot be underestimated whatsoever. And I think that the numbers have already been gone through this morning by other contributors on this call. But in terms of where that opportunity rests, I think it's a great opportunity now to re-enhance and re-engage with Italy in a more positive way, and I think the platform is able to do that. I think there are some things that for us as Make UK we can certainly assist in terms of what we currently offer and support our members with, and I think this sort of collaboration, this cooperation will only enhance on that. First, in terms of business services, it is a critical part of how we support our members in terms of networking and connections, and we do that across international trade opportunities as well. We do that linking with advisors and also with our particular work with the Department for Business and Trade in London and across the ITA network across England, Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland to help boost that trade opportunity, to bring those opportunities alive for firms to benefit from. In terms of advocacy, again, we are very much wanting to support the environment that creates not just outbound, but also inbound export and economic activity into the UK, and particularly with a focus, given our membership portfolio being very much SMEs, on areas where SMEs in particular are looking for greater opportunity and greater clarity of how trade is being undertaken. We're doing that through understanding the utilization of free trade agreements, including the TCA, which is itself a very important economic and cooperative arrangement between the UK and Europe, through the other FTAs the UK is undertaking, but also ensuring that the support that UK government can give UK business, particularly in finding opportunities in international markets such as Italy, is there and supported. And for many SMEs, the important factor is being able to connect with the opportunity to connect with foreign trade, to connect with business, to connect with individuals, with products and services which are absolutely in line with what they want to achieve. So that advocacy point of ensuring we create the right framework for bilateral trade is highly important. I think the initiative today that we're supporting must be welcomed. I think the importance of UK-Italy trade, as is evidenced by the figures, and the fact that it is growing despite all the challenges to international trade, must be warmly welcomed. I think initiatives like this, where you can identify critical areas of the economy which is bilaterally important, particularly as we're looking to net zero, particularly as we're looking for particularly as we're looking to new sectors and new growth in digital, in climate change, in net zero, in green tech, and also in advanced manufacturing engineering, can only be welcome. And I think the ability for this platform to connect UK and Italian interests together to find where those opportunities are must be warmly welcomed. And I think critically, the fact that we have delivered the MOU signed the early part of last year as a framework, as a roadmap for which that cooperation at a strategic level can be undertaken, as well as initiatives like today is critically important. My final comment is that as I mentioned a moment ago, Europe and Italy are critical parts of the UK supply chain for us, historically and currently. And there will be many firms who will be very much appreciative of this initiative, I think, to strengthen what they have already got, but importantly, to find some of those new relationships. And I think overall, we should look at this platform to support and develop that connectivity option. And through the services and advocacy and initiatives that we provide at Make UK, we are a willing partner in helping and developing those connections and those important trade dialogues going forward. I've kept my remarks short to keep in time. Very happy to take questions. And again, thank you for the opportunity of being involved in this initiative this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rambalo, for outlining the role of Make UK and in supporting the bilateral trade. And we hope to work closely with you as well with the other partners of this event. So we heard really interesting insights from our 4 speakers and learn about the roles of their institutions in supporting trade and economic exchanges between Italian and UK companies. And now let's hear directly from the representative of an Italian innovative company. What are the main challenges and the opportunities that can be seized in the UK? I leave the floor to Lisa Lanzarini, Head of Communications and Marketing of Campus Store, a benefit company and a family business leader in education, which has been creating innovative tools and learning projects for schools and other players in the educational industry. Good morning, Ms. Lanzarini. I leave you the floor.
Thank you so much. Good morning. I hope you all hear me well. Sorry, but I am in our UK offices now and we are rebuilding them. So there's a bit of mess around me. So sorry for that in advance. I had the presentation. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. And that's it. The overall webinar was really interesting and I would love to share with you more data, but actually this is our very first year in UK, so I prefer maybe in the next webinar to talk better about data. Today I want to share with you a little bit of vision and the reason why we were we decided as a family, because Campus Store is my family companies, to invest in UK. So first of all, let me very shortly explain you what we do, even if it was already been said. So yes, we are a family company. We also are a benefit company because we working in school, we work in the educational sector. We think that if we are lucky, it's important to share part of this luckiness with other people and with the planet. So we invest since forever in a special project. And as much as we started growing, we push our investment even further in Italy, and this is something we want to do in the UK as well. As I told you, we work in the educational sector. This means that we commercialize basically everything a school needs. Our aim is to provide to school everything they need to give to the students the possibility to explore their own talent and to find their future. But since some years, we've been starting also to develop our own solution. We keep selling other brand solution. We are the distributor of Lego Education. We have been awarded as the best Lego Education distributor in the world 2 years ago, which is an incredible result if you think that Italy is still a small country with not a big number of schools, and we compete against Korea that invests a lot in schools, against Brazil that has a lot of schools, and so on. So we've been quite good in doing it. We received some awards in the last year. Keep in mind that I joined the company full-time 10 years ago, and today we do 10 times the turnover we used to do when I joined the company. So we grow a lot. And in the last years, we decided to invest. And part of this investment went into product. We said, okay, it's 30 years we've been knowing this market. Now we want to develop our own solutions based on that experience. And in another way, we decided to perceive internationalization, so to go abroad. And yes, here you have some result of the last year. So this is last year result, and this year we are going to reach 70 million. I'm saying this year because for us the fiscal year ends in June, because we work with schools, so it's easier for us to keep track of. We've been awarded as well by Sole 24 Ore, that you all know, and by Financial Times among the European companies that are growing the most. And we decide to bring this expertise and what is working in Italy also abroad. I want to go very fast on why we decide to work in UK. Because, as I told you, we work in the educational market, and here is very well expressed. We work from kindergarten till university and adults learning as well. But our key focus is the K-12 industry, which cover primary school and high school. And in this specific segment, UK has always been a point of reference. Just to give you an example, the first plane I took in my life, I took it when I was 8 years old, sorry. And it was because we needed to come as a family to a trade show in UK, and there were no option. We could miss it. So UK has always been a point of reference. So if you want to go outside your market, for us it was compulsory to perceive this market. And what we are bringing to UK is the possibility to fulfill UK school of a complete educational project where we don't sell a solution, a product, but a full range of projects where we can place, the development. We can understand the school needs and then provide the school with furniture, with technology, with content, and so on. These are some of our own solutions. For example, we develop the first, and as I'm aware, the only immersive room that is real educational for school nowadays. And we did it thanks to a combination of technology knowledge and partnershiping with the publisher to convey all the real school textbooks inside a different media, which is not just placing a PDF on digital, but is understanding a new language, a new media, and adapt how kids are learning to these new technologies. So this is our approach, and we think that UK is particularly sensitive to this kind of solution. For us is important. Here you see some of the awards, some of the partnershiping I told you about. But for us it's important to be in UK because especially it is a point of interesting. First of all, because UK is an interesting market itself, and above all, it's a great trampoline for other markets as well. As a market attractiveness, UK has more schools than Italy, more students, and sometimes more funds on school, not every year. And this can be attractive in the long term, of course. But in the same time, for us, UK is important because it set a standard. First of all, because of the language. It's very simple. We work with added value product. So if you create content in English, you adapt them to English, it's then very easy to reach other big markets such as USA, Canada that speak English as well. other country where English is not the first language, but is a very common language inside the schools because of the past history, for example, or in country where they've started developing a Western style educational system, for example, the Emirates, and they need to find a reference, and if they want to get inspiration, they look at UK. So for us, it is fundamental to be here. And it also makes it easier for us to target the international school being in UK all over the world, because they normally refer to UK as a standard. But UK set a standards overall also for other reasons. For tradition, England has always set standard in our industry. For example, the very first digital whiteboards there are all over the world today were sold massively in England, much before USA or Asia or whatever. So England was the first one who believed in this concept and to try to spread it all over the school. So it's a very sensitive country about innovation. And our payoff as a company is in innovation for education. So we see that match in our roots. It's a country where there is a lot of openness, and it's the country with the biggest exhibition of our industry. For this reason. So it was, I think, a compulsory step for us. And a very last point, I wrote it badly, but I tried to explain it. It's not only about UK. UK set a standard not only in terms of choosing a specific product or whatever, but it's one of the first countries who developed a standard and a curriculum of school. And a lot of other countries, when they start developing their own curriculum or project for school or standard for school, they start from the UK basic. So for us was important to start from the Queen, and then to spread this word also to other countries. So that was our experience, and I don't want to take other time, even if I could speak for hours, but I know we've been going long. So, but if you have any question, I'm here.
Thank you very much for accepting the invitation to be here today and to tell us about the Italian experience and your experience in the UK. And now, what about a British company, an innovative one, which has recently signed an important partnership with an Italian company? I'm talking about BuyerDoc, which signed a partnership with Botta, an Italian company specializing in sustainable packaging innovations. We are with us today Jonathan Sparks, CEO and co-founder of BuyerDoc, and I know that also Lara Botta, Vice President of Botta Eco Packaging, is joining us today. Good morning, Jonathan, please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, buongiorno. Thank you for the invitation. This is a great privilege to be here at the launch of CDP Business Matching platform. The problem consumer goods manufacturers have today is the avalanche of regulation that is coming tomorrow, especially around packaging and the circular economy. The first of these regulations are already here. Packaging is now no longer about the product information. More regulatory requirements are being expected to fit on pack. So the digitalization of that information has already started. When you see a QR code on the screen, please scan it with your phones. This is an interactive presentation. The image now hopefully on the screens of your phone demonstrates the digital product passport. And when you click through the tiles on your phone, you'll see what we've already built for the fashion and textile industry here in the UK to sell in the EU. Biodoc is a digital product passport delivering 3 solutions: EU packaging regulation with a regulatory tool that's patent pending, limitless consumer engagement and data capture in 80 languages, and the GS1 transition from the barcode to the intellectual QR code. Here are some real-life examples of what our users have said. The last product on the right is from a beauty company in California in America, who originally came to us for help following their Italian distributor informing them of the changes in the recycling packaging regulation. Italy were the first to implement this regulation and the first to do it as required by the EU Commission. We currently have 500 companies who have signed up on the platform, and Biodoc has more than 2 million products on shelf using the IQR code. We could have opened the Italian market ourselves, but that would have taken many years. So working with Botta Eco Packaging, based in Milan, offered us the chance to accelerate our Italian growth through their connections. Over to you, Lara.
Thank you, John, and hello, everybody. Yes, this is Lara Botta speaking, and Vice President of Botta Eco Packaging. We are an established corrugated cardboard manufacturer based in Milan, Italy, and in the market for over 75 years, so 3rd generation. 8 years ago, we opened a new division. It's a sustainable packaging division, so not just boxes, but what goes within the box, outside the box, trying to optimize as far as possible in order to reach the brand's sustainability goals, which we know are imminent and super urgent. So this led to an expertise which has brought in many rewards and recognitions internationally, which makes us very proud. So we started off 8 years ago when not everybody was talking about sustainability. Today it seems everywhere. So we gathered this expertise throughout the years, and what we do is look out for new patents worldwide, and we're always open to what globalization opportunities hold. So we truly believe in the collaboration with all the entities within this webinar, and as such, we are part of Confindustria and Cassa Lombarda, and are always open to fruitful collaborations like Stephen Sprague suggested earlier. What have we found in Biodoc? Well, we found what the Deputy Consul General Serena Corti pointed out earlier, an innovative solution. So a patented innovative solution, which is in line with our strategic mission. So Biodoc helps companies improve and facilitate their export efforts within the regulatory maze that packaging currently holds. So in addition, we have found great talent and passion within Biodoc, which together with the same values, certainly helps when doing business together. We hope this is the start of a fruitful and successful collaboration for both, making full use of each other's unique competences and leveraging on them. So thank you very much, and over to you, John.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sparks and Vice President Botta. Really an innovative idea and an interesting partnership. We hope all of you, Mr. Sparks, Ms. Botta, and also Lisa Lanzarini could participate in our B2B meetings on the CDP Business Matching platform. Before ending this very rich event, I would like to remind everyone that on the CDP Business Matching platform, you can get in touch with us to receive technical or business assistance, and of course, in order to plan to start new B2B meetings. All companies already registered can organize these meetings by accepting the proposed matches they will find on their dashboard. In addition, I invite you to profile your company by indicating your goals, also to access the marketplace, and then to return regularly to the platform to check the match proposals and to organize the B2Bs you consider the most suitable. I would like to conclude reminding the words of the opening words of the Deputy Head of Mission, Riccardo Smimmo. We can consider this platform as a concrete application in the economic and trade sector of the Memorandum of Understanding on Bilateral Cooperation recently signed last year between Italy and UK. Finally, I would like to thank all the relevant stakeholders from Italy and UK that are supporting our initiative, our distinguished speakers, all the companies, and all those who contributed to the success of this event. We'll see at the next event on the CDP Business Matching platform. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Arrivederci.